And the recording is active. Alright, so I, in case I haven't made it clear, I am going to be trying to take this more, I guess, cinematically. I'm gonna be trying doing like actual voices for characters and all that shit, and like try and not just have the same shit we had in our previous ones where I just kind of read off the shit, or the issue I had, which spiraled all of this in the first place, was when the fucking Dark Magician NPC that was supposed to have 20 minutes of dialogue and the little Ghost NPC that was supposed to have like 5 seconds of dialogue ended up having the Ghost with 20 minutes and the Dark Magician with like 5 seconds. Because essentially, I started to look at like why, like that was the case. Like why was I able to do one NPC so well but not the other one? And the thing that I came to the conclusion of was that I just can't really do characters good if I can't like see myself at least somewhat being that character. So when I got the chance to meet Sean Chiplock at Anime Milwaukee, I asked him like for advice on how to voice characters and stuff like that, since I figured he'd be a good person to ask. And what he told me, or at the very least a very poorly paraphrased version of what he told me, was that rather than making your character, like giving your character a voice and a personality that you think fits for the character, just kind of give them one, but then stick with it. And essentially, like, the more you do it, the more comfortable it will become, and the more it will seem natural for that character. So I think if you guys do that too for your characters, I think it will go off a lot easier roleplay-wise. Like, I think it will be a lot easier for you to see your characters as characters and, like, actually like role play as them instead of just kind of fight and have me monotonely read the book.
Permission to talk.
Yes, Andrew, you can just talk. You don't need to ask.
Oh my god.
Like, Ryan, I'm raising my hand.
You can just
What?
say shit, Andrew.
Will,
What?
you're playing a Harvestborn, right?
Yeah.
Can I make my character Italian?
Let's go over the beginning of this book before we get into character creation. Alright, because there's a lot to discuss that you guys have not looked at yet, like a fucking lot. But real quick, something I just want to fucking get off my chest about Sean Chiplock.
Mm-hmm.
I am so very grateful that he was willing to voice a thing for me to animate over, but at the same time, I am so ungodly pissed off at both him and Gooseworks for just letting me make an animation that had the biggest fucking character spoiler for Jax months before it was even hinted at.
I've been more suspicious if they said, no, you can't do that specific thing.
No, it wouldn't have been suspicious, because when I sent him the dialogue, I was looking at him like, man, this is actually a lot more crude than I fucking remember. He's probably not going to want to do this. And he's just like, hang on, let me run it by Goose. 5 minutes later, Goose says we're all good, let's do this. Then fucking episode 5 comes out, and all of a sudden Jax is like being weird about a character. I'm like, that's a little suspicious. And then it's revealed in fucking 6 that he's weird about people blaming him for abstractions. And I'm like, oh my fucking god! What the fuck did you do? You knew about this, and you just let me do this to myself. You bastards. I was having like a mini aneurysm when that episode was playing because of that animation I made. Ugh. And the newest episode, which literally just came out yesterday, was also very good and also gave me more Jax aneurysms.
I still have not seen the new one.
It was a fucking trip.
That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably one of the best out of any episode so far.
Yeah, it was really fucking good. Unfortunately, there was like a 2-minute scene where Jax was naked though, so the internet's going to absolutely.
Oh yeah, I Andre
As
like
soo-
knows
as
this. I
soon
was
as
like,
I
why is
fucking
he
as soon as I fucking saw that, I was just like, oh, here we go. It's like this is gonna be all over the internet in 5 fucking seconds.
Yeah. I think my favorite episode. Wait, Will, do you want spoilers?
I'll just definitely myself for a second.
All right. My favorite part was where the guy is speaking in a Chinese room, and then everybody opens the door, and he's like,
He's just like,
speaking
oh,
perfect
thank God, and he
English.
runs out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
in perfect English.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
Right.
tell Will to undeafen now.
Yeah. Actually, I think I can. I like force undeafen him.
No, not if he manually deafens himself.
Alright, well, we're all good. Alright, so with that off my fucking chest, let's begin just as the base introduction dialogue thing.
Mhm.
Alright, so. Somewhere, lost in the shrouded realms of death, lies a land of endless night where long forgotten heroes are revealed to those who travel through the mist. Which, now that I'm saying it out loud, is horrendously close to Over the Garden Wall.
Yes.
Wait till you see how we enter this place, Will. It's literally just Infinity Train.
Oh my god.
Alright. There, in a crooked house, lives a crooked man with a crooked grin. He raises crooked arms to a crooked tree at the edge of midnight and hears the whispers of the old ones. They speak of a beast that stalks the darkest woods and the darkest hearts. A crown of horns upon its head, Will. Don't fuck me up.
You're just reading. You could have just read the thing for Over the Grand Wall.
I know, seriously. just fucking sing the intro song. You got it.
Yeah.
If you lose your way and feel a warm breath that chills you to the bone, run. Follow the songs of harvest time, and before long, you'll find revelry in the dancing shadows of blazing wicker. No matter your story, these lonesome, misty rails will deliver you to where the hallowed cannot save you. Now is the time to brave the dark wood. Beware the witching hour, and weave your own dreadful folktale underneath the crooked moon. And then the last part is just, you are about to play this module. Alright, so does anyone need a rundown on what folk horror is?
Folklore?
Folk horror. Like the genre.
F-O-L-K?
Yeah, F-O-L-K horror.
I'm good.
No, it's just like
Old people stuff.
Yeah, old tales of like
Well,
creepy
it's
monsters.
specifically trying to go over like what the main focuses of the genre are. Essentially just saying like the landscape's important, isolation's important, shitty morality is important, and just like a bunch shit actually happening is important.
Okay.
It's essentially also just saying like make sure that like everyone is aligned on what the goals of the campaign are, so that there isn't a fuck up in role playing and just having everyone clash for non role playing reasons. Like clashing characters is fine if you're doing it in character. Like if two in character people are fighting over something that they both want, that's fine. But having like IRL fights over that shit is what's not that great.
Yeah.
And then it specifies that we should prioritize making characters that feel like characters for this module instead of just like survivability. Like make them feel more like a character in a show or a game or something before anything else. And the things it suggests to think about while you're making your character are: what are your character's defining personality traits? What ideals drive your character forward? What are your character's flaws? What does your character fear and desire most? Which archetype best applies to your character? How has your character's past shaped them? How would you describe your character without mentioning what they do, what they have, or what they look like? And are there any aspects of your character that are superfluous to the answers to the above question or are thematically unfitting to the folk horror adventure? Essentially, just is there anything that just does not make fucking sense? And then one final thing, which I don't think any of us are going to have a problem with this. It's just saying, hey, folk horror has some pretty fucked up themes, so like let everyone know so that way if they're uncomfortable, they can just like leave. But, like I said, I don't think any of us are going to have a problem with that, but if you do, if there is something in here that's like causing you to like be genuinely uncomfortable, just say like, I'm not, I'm uncomfortable, and just leave, and I'll let you know when the scene's over, I guess.
Okay, I don't think well, maybe Cyan will have trouble with more gruesome scenes.
I will probably have trouble in character. Like IRL, I don't think it'll affect me because it's just, it's just D&D.
Right. As far as you know.
As long as the child incident doesn't happen again.
Oh my god.
Alright, so then this is a rundown of the location, just overall, like the overall world you're in.
Mhm.
Alright. Surrounded by looming walls of shrieking fog and forever trapped between dusk and the witching hour, Druskenwald is a realm made of the stuff of nightmares. Equal parts dreamland and afterlife, it beckons forth departed souls to be reborn into a strange new folk that call this sinister place home. Lurking within the shadows of the night that never stops are ancient and terrible things that even the lord of the land forgot. Whether living or dead, heroic or humble, none are safe from the beasts that stalk the deepest woods and darkest hearts beneath the crooked moon. It is this ever-present crescent with the face of a grinning witch that makes Druskenwald a bit eerie, uncanny, and crooked. It is a vestige of the forgotten primordial origin of the realm, casting a wickedly gleeful look upon the land, as if weaving a plot that only it knows with an inevitably dire outcome. However, to nearly all who live throughout the domain's provinces, it has simply always loomed high overhead and provided much needed light in an endless night so filled with terrors. And then it just does a bunch of stuff to like specify that like Druskenwald is an afterlife realm.
Mhm.
It exists outside of like normal mortal realms and stuff like that. It's endless night. It still does have a 24-hour cycle. There is the dusk hour, nightfall hour, evening hour, midnight hour, witching hour, and twilight hour, which are all part. It's like a dusk hour is 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Nightfall is 3 p.m. to 7. Evening is 7 to 11. Midnight is 11 to 3. Witching hour is 3 to 7, and then twilight is 7 to 11. So it does still have the normal 24-hour cycle. It's just it's all nighttime all the time.
Can I just point out that the environment sounds a lot like Carcosa?
I don't know what that is.
From the King in Yellow. If anyone's
I don't know what that is.
familiar with
I'm
that.
not sure either.
Nope.
Oh, it's like what's fucking. Oh, it's okay. Just move on.
Alright,
It's a book.
and then it also specifies that Druskenwald was originally like a vibrant place with green grass and tons of like life magic and all that stuff, but it ruled by a fey queen. But shit happened. And it straight up says that dude took over, but it's been so long that even he forgot how he did it. And the old queen is fucked up, and this place is now Nightmare Realm. And that the two owners, Philip and Adela Druskenwald, are essentially they think they're benevolent rulers who are just giving people a second chance at life, but they're inadvertently kind of assholes.
Okay.
Then there's also like 13 provinces that each with a lord or lady that governs and embodies the specific province. They're called the Crescent Court, all of them together as nobles. And they usually gather at the several times a year. They gather at Chateau Claire de Lune. I think I said that right. Which is a huge ass manor. I'm not even sure if it's part of this module. essentially just where they have their big meetings to discuss everything they're going to do in the land. Then there's the Shroud. The Shroud is actually very important. It is this thick fog that encompasses the entirety of the outside of the map, and it does not allow anything to get through without proper guidance, meaning that while you are in this area, certain spells do not function the correct way. Like Banishment, Plane Warp, Teleport, you cannot use them to leave this land, and you cannot use them to enter this land from the outside. You specifically need one of the Guardians or Guiders or whatever the fuck they're called to let you in and out. Then there is the Vagrant, which is where you'll meet him during Chapter 1, because Chapter 1 is where you do not start in Druskenvold, you start on the Ghostlight Express, which is how everyone gets to Druskenvold. It's this ghost train. The Vagrant is the only one that is able to come and go as he pleases. Everyone else needs to be guided by him aboard the Ghostlight Express, which is a spectral locomotive powered by the Shroud. It travels between the boundaries of life and death, unbound to any tracks as it courses through the mists. And it is the only passage in and out, despite if you are living or dead. And then it just kind of specifies that no one really knows how the Vagrant got to be the Vagrant. And while you're in the mortal realm and he's coming for you to like pick you up and take you there because you're about to fucking die, or technically you can get there without dying, you'll hear a mirthful fiddle or a haunting whistle. And then you'll see like a dense fog. Fucking like it is like 90% dead people that see this shit, but some people are invited when they're alive. And then when you enter Druskenvold via being dead, you are reborn into one of the species, including those who inhabit the world of the living. But most of them are the main species of the thing. So like it's essentially saying like 70% of the people living here are the races that this module adds. But if you still want to play one of the this module races, that's still acceptable. And then as far as death goes, you don't really die. You just kind of wish you did.
Damn.
Because like there's a thing called final death, which is essentially just you like fading out of existence. Which is like if you die and you're a fucking like supreme asshole in Druskenvold, then it's like, you know what, I don't want to deal with you anymore, and it just erases you.
I see.
There's also the 13 provinces of Druskenvold. Each one kind of populated by one of the main races. Is there any, since you guys looked over the races, is there any you would like be interested in right off the bat to hear about?
Sentient teddy bear.
That is not one of the Druskenvold races.
Oh.
The closest to sentient teddy bear for Druskenvold would be Pico, which is the Harlequin mannequin race. Like
what is that?
It is. I'm just gonna read the thing. Why did Blinksky build the happiest place in Druskenvold, you ask? The reason is simple. The world is miserable, and this will never change. You know this. Blinksky knows this. The people know this most of all. But if Blinksky can show them wonder, make them smile, and help them forget misery for just one night, they might believe that change is possible. Such a thing is truly special, my friend. Blinksky built this place to see the looks of people's faces when they believe. Dictated by Blinksky II. Totally not biased. It is essentially just the digital circus.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying not to tie it back into there, but that's what it is. Like it's just digital circus, but the lights are perpetually off. Is there any other ones, like any of the other races you would be interested in learning, like what their homeland is? I guess.
Yes. Azure and Born.
Where the
Yeah.
nobles?
Because that's what I'm gonna play, so might as well.
Wait, whoa, hang on a minute. Did you just say you're not playing human?
Yeah.
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain in hell, my guy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Rocky.
I could go back to
No,
playing
no.
Human.
No, I'm just surprised. Alright, you said Azureborn, right? Like the owl people?
Yeah.
Alright. They live in Astramar. Among the stars, truth is revealed. Each one is a thread that connects past, present, and future. When woven together in the multitudes, the tapestry of fate is illuminated to those who clear their eyes with clear eyes and open minds. No matter the lateness of the hour, if you look to the heavens and truly see, you will never be lost in darkness. Dictated by Headmistress Narcia Voss. It is essentially... What the fuck was the name of that place from Elden Ring? The underground place. With, like, the
place?
Viking ghosts.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know what it's called though.
Something swamp.
No, not the swamp, not the swamp.
What area are you talking
The
about?
underground place in Elden Ring with the Viking ghosts. And, like, the people that were riding ants.
Oh, it was the fucking shit.
The point is, we know what I'm talking about, right?
Nozula.
That is essentially
Yeah.
what Owl Place is.
Nozula something.
We know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, where the meteor falls.
Yes. The place the meteor falls and opens up. That is essentially where these guys live. Just
Right.
above ground.
Mhm.
Alright. Any other ones anyone wants to hear about?
What are our options?
Each one of the races has their own living place, and we've heard about the
Oh,
Azureborn,
well,
which
where
are
do the
like
Harvestborn
owls.
live?
Harvestborn live in Enoch. I'm still going to read this, but they're the pumpkin bumpkins from over the garden wall.
Yes.
The song of the harvest is the same as the song of the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. We were all born knowing how it goes. Each one of us has a part in the harmony, and everyone will be singing it till the end. Lend me your voice, little one, and help me watch this seed grow. Dictated by Methuselah. Yeah,
It's a little close to Cthulhu, not gonna lie.
it is pumpkin bumpkins. It is pumpkin bumpkins mixed with Nightmare Before Christmas. Alright, any other ones, I guess? Any other one of the races you want to learn more about their homeland, I guess, and to be more accurate?
Nokron, that's what it's called.
Nokron, oh yeah. Yes, that place for the Azureborn. Right, but are there any other ones anyone wants to know about, or are you guys ready to move on to the next step?
I'm good.
I
I
want to know
if you're
about
curious about it. Yeah,
Gnarlborn.
The Witchborn?
Gnarlborn.
The tree people?
Yes.
Alright, I remember. Yep, they live in Ardengloom. This one kind of fucked.
Okay.
Because this is you remember that Fae Queen I talked about, how it got overthrown and corrupted and fucked over? This is where she is.
Oh.
Alright. Speak not the names of the lost, for the forest has taken them. When wayward souls cross the boundary from their world to wander among the oak, ash, and thorn, they belong to the trees. Dry your eyes, the elderwood weeps for them now. Dictated by Elder Gallows. And it is essentially a cursed as fuck swampy forest.
Okay.
Like, the picture, the preview picture, has 3 of the Gnarlborns, and one of them appears to have stabbed the fuck out of a deer's neck.
That's
and, like,
cool.
ripped a chunk off the back of it.
Damn.
Oh my god, I could be a furry.
Andrew, do you have any idea how little that narrows it down to which race you want to play?
I'm deciding between Gnarlborn or... But they don't have dark vision. From what I've gathered.
That is a good thing to bring up, because that is one of the suggested rules in this module. Essentially, I think it was referred to as fear of the dark. It says that, hey, because this module is supposed to be dark and scary and fucked up, if your players are fine with it, turn off dark vision.
Oh, okay.
And have dark vision only be accessible via items or spells. So like permanent dark vision, turn off completely. So like no race gets dark vision to start with.
Should
Oh,
maybe
that's
do
sick,
that?
actually.
To make the dark actually
I
be
think we
something
should.
scary.
It adds flavor.
Yeah, instead of just, oh, everyone gets to see exactly where we're going all the time. It also makes you think more about like how I'm building stuff up. And if someone does get dark vision, then they have to try and like express to the rest of the party like, hey, we're fucked. Alright, but we kind of already went over species. Oh, something about the species though. A lot of these species are not considered humanoid. Like they're considered undead or construct, which can mess up with like spells and stuff like that. Like hold person only works on humanoids, so if you play one of those races, you'll be like immune to hold person. But at the same time, like protection from good and evil works against undead. So if you're undead, you'll get fucked over by a spell that normally wouldn't fuck you over. So it suggests that if everyone would prefer, anyone who plays one of those races is just considered humanoid.
Okay.
Like it's up to you guys though if you want to continue having those races be considered like what they are just starting off as, or if you just want everyone to be considered humanoid so that the spells work more or less the same way as you're used to.
Oh.
I have no preference, and overall,
Me neither, honestly.
yeah, overall, just as a reminder, anything I suggest to you guys is at the end of the day just a suggestion. Like these are your characters, this is the story you're playing through. So however you want to play it is gonna be how we play this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys don't have any preference, then I think it's fair to say just leave it at default then.
Yeah, I'd probably say with default.
And the backgrounds, I mean, those are just backgrounds. We can kind of go over those more when we're discussing properly character building. Feats, about the same thing. Here is something that here's the reason why I was saying when you die, you don't actually die, you just are gonna wish you did. The dark bargains. Dark bargains weave Druskenwald's existence into characters who dare to strike them. These ancient agreements bind the land, its magical energies, its creatures, and you. The effects bring boon and bane alike. It may be best for some sinner characters to offer their bargains plainly, letting the lurking curses reveal themselves only when the time is right. Beware your entry into these innocuous accords. So essentially, what it suggests is that whenever a character dies and there is no way to revive them, the DM offers them a dark bargain, and they are forced to take it for the rest of the game.
Oh my god.
Like it literally says, remove dark bargains is like 2 sentences long. It says dark bargains are binding once sealed. There are tales and legends of those who have witted a bargainer or found a way to break a bargain's hold on them, but the truth of such stories is left to the GM to decide. Meaning, this is another thing where, if you remove it, it's GM pity. And some of these are crazy. Like, one of them is you get a doppelganger of yourself that goes after you in turn combat, but whenever specifically an ally is able to see them, they are frightened.
Oh my goodness. That's horrible.
That's really cool.
I'll read off one of them like fully, just so you can get an idea of how crazy some of these can get. This one is the Might of the Old. Ancient and primeval powers dwell within the oldest forest of Druskenvold. These powers pour their strength into you, but can overwhelm you with their unchanging nature. Ancient Might. Your strength score increases by 2 to a maximum of 22, and your dexterity score decreases by 2. Primeval Strength. As a bonus action, you can call upon the Might of the Ancients to raise your strength score to 25 for 1 minute, during which time you deal double damage with objects. And once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Pyre's Price. When you activate Primeval Strength, your skin takes on a bark-like texture, during which time you have vulnerability to fire damage.
Oh my
god. And your skin stays like that until you take a long rest.
Oh.
That's what these are. These are fucking insane.
You know,
Can't wait to kill off my character.
I want to check one thing.
Is there ways to make packs without dying?
Yes, the book, since Andrew was trying to be sneaky about this, but now everyone's talking about, like, I want to be stupid and start with one of these. The book does say the DM is allowed to have everyone start with one.
Okay.
But it's a bad idea. And like it says, these are supposed to be like heavily binding things. Like, I did not mean to click that. These are supposed to be things that like you commit to. Like, you can't get rid of them. Like, so you gotta be thinking, not to mention, these are supposed to be randomly selected.
Oh.
So you don't get to choose which one you get.
Oh.
Oh, come on, that's like gambling.
So, yeah. If you guys want to start with one, individually, I'm not making everyone start with one if they don't want to. I will randomly select one for you if you want.
Select what, sorry?
One of the dark bargains.
Oh.
Yeah, because they
I
are
think
supposed
I'm
to be
good
randomly.
with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say they are supposed to be randomly selected. One of these straight up kills you permanently. Like, you
What
get
do you start with that?
you get the ability to cast True Resurrection, but when you do, it erases you from existence.
Whoa.
What?
It was supposed to be you reincarnating in a thing that you revived, or
No, you sacrifice yourself to revive the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are pretty fucking intense. So, I would not recommend anyone start with these, but at the same time, I will not prevent anyone starting with these. I just realized I had the game paused, even though that doesn't really do much. Spells we don't really need to go over. Where was the other thing? Where was the Ties of Fate? That's what I'm looking for. Well, Cat of Curses, I should probably read into these a little bit more now that we're actually going over this properly. So essentially, Druskenvold is a land of fucking insanity. These curses are supposed to be fleeting, so they only last a real world time of about 15 to 30 minutes. So essentially like a fourth of our time playing before we take a break. Or I guess like an eighth of the total amount of time we play in a single session.
Mm-hmm.
They are supposed to be roleplay focused, so essentially saying like, hey, if people aren't going to be roleplaying with these, there really isn't a point in using them. To add like whimsy, surprise, mayhem, all that kind of stuff. And they are meant to be insanely unpredictable, that like alter the characters in humorous and unexpected ways. Like, I can read off a few of them. Oh, also, there are more ways to remove them than just me taking pity on you. The ways are expending use of heroic inspiration, using remove curse or similar magic, healing magic above a certain threshold, which just means like if I decide, you know what, you use a high enough level, you're good. Taking a short rest, or just me taking pity on you.
Okay.
And there are 156, so I'm going to roll one of them randomly, and it should pop up in the chat for everyone to see, just so you can get an idea of what these are like.
Okay.
Alright, yeah. Every time you must make a d20 roll, you instead roll with a d12.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
that's
Oh my
horrendous.
god.
Jesus.
That's horrible.
That was like the least roleplay one possible. That one just fucks you up. One of these is you believe you are immortal. You are not.
Oh my god.
Oh! Every time you eat something, you find 1d8 human teeth inside.
Oh!
I think these are gonna be really fun to
Horrid.
do. I think these are gonna be really fun to do, but we do kind of have to roleplay pretty heavily when these get in,
Yeah, those sound fun.
because otherwise there's no point. And then
Well, I don't know that D12 one. I don't think.
I mean,
that's
yeah, that
even, like, a
D12
roleplay
one. That's
just
that's
like,
pretty fucked up. I mean, that
That's,
does mean
like, life-ending.
you get a nat 20 on a 12. So
Okay. I mean, that's still bad though.
yeah, higher chance to crit, lower chance to succeed.
Yeah.
I like these odds.
I think it was in player options. Yep, Threads of Fate. Okay, so before we really go over the finer details of character creation, I wanted to suggest something to you that we kind of have to have everyone to agree with if we want to run it this way. I already ran it by Erica, and she says she's fine with it. She thinks it could be pretty cool.
Mhm.
So essentially, since Druskenwald is a land of death and like an afterlife, I was thinking that in order to help with the characters, and since like part of the characters, like the thing that fucking Sean Chiplock suggested to me to help everyone get into character and like be better with like staying in your character and doing all that stuff is just picking something and sticking with it rather than going with what you think fits.
Mhm.
So my idea was everyone starts off as human, but not like D&D human, like modern day 2025 RRL human. So
Okay.
like you are someone who the scariest thing they've actually seen is a $15 cheeseburger at McDonald's. And you're trying to deal with like there's a 20-foot demon goat lurking in the woods. So I think that will help you guys get in a better mindset of how your characters would realistically react to all the shit you're seeing. Instead of like, because it's a lot easier to think of like, how would I react to demon goat versus how would a goblin high on magic mushrooms that lives in a world of dragons react to a demon goat? So, but then as the follow up to that, you do not know what race you start with in chapter 1. It is randomly selected, and you have to kind of just live with it and adjust to it as you play. And to push it further, you would not know what your race's abilities are, and you would have to find them out either by like kind of brute forcing it, looking at what other people of the races are doing, using common sense. Like, you know, if you're like, I have wings, I can probably fly. That's probably the hardest sell of this, is that you don't get to choose your races. I know that's pretty hard. You do get to choose everything else though, which is what I was getting into. Which is what I'm getting into next. So like, say you want to play like a sorcerer, but you're living in modern day IRL world. That doesn't really make sense. So the way I was gonna have it with that is the mundane aspects of your living life mold the magical aspects of your afterlife. So like, let's say you want to be a warlock. When you were alive, maybe you were like a goth person, maybe you studied the occult, something like that. And like pretty much every aspect of your backstory kind of gets molded like that, to where it's you're anything that's like mundane or small is what alters you heavily in the afterlife.
Mhm.
Which leads me to the Threads of Fate, which these are essentially character driving forces. like to give your characters like goals and stuff, and how they ended up getting on the on the ghost train. So I'm just gonna read the first one. Threat of Apocalypse. A character bound by the threat of apocalypse has lost their memories and forgotten a large portion of their past. Stranger still, the tune of an unknown yet familiar song triggers terrible visions of an impending apocalypse that only the character can prevent. Your goal: the character must discover who they are and the meaning of their apocalyptic visions to stop the doom coming to Druskenwald. Personalization. Determine the nature of the song that heralds the visions of doom. What genre of music is it? What are the lyrics? How does the song relate narratively or thematically to the character? What hints about their past life are in the song? Call to adventure. The character inadvertently hears the triggering song, which is unknown to them, but sounds strangely familiar. They are stricken with a vision of an entire world and the countless souls within being disintegrated and reformed into twisted abominations, followed by the premonition of a ghost train emerging from the fog wherever the adventure begins. So, like, for the Threads of Fate, you would go over which one you want, and then, like, tie that into how it affected your living life, and then, like, essentially the Thread of Fate would be the first like, magical thing to happen to you, and that's what leads you to your death, and brings you into the land of Druskenwald via the Ghost Train. But like I said, though, because of the fact that doing it this way, you would kind of have to randomize your race and then not know which race you are for the entirety of the first chapter. I'm aware that it's a hard sell. So, but also, like I said, all my suggestions are just suggestions. At the end of the day, it's how you guys want to play. So, how do you feel about that?
I mean, if somebody chooses to go that route, you could just give them a little bit of something extra, some kind of ability or something for doing that.
Well, I mean, the main problem is that, like, if everyone isn't a modern human, it doesn't really work timeline wise. So, like, at the very least, everyone would have to commit to being a modern human prior to entering Druskenwald.
I mean, I don't care. It'd be easy for me to fit into it, go into as like an occultist, because I could just study like monsters or something, like folklore.
Yeah, but like I said, this is something that kind of everyone has to agree or disagree to. So I guess what's everyone's opinion on it?
I honestly might say no. Because I'm playing as the three guys and I don't really see myself. Like, I don't envision my guy becoming a 3 as a human. And then, you know.
Well, that's kind of how the land works, Andrew.
Yeah.
Like, your problem with it is the thematic nature of the magical realm.
No. I'm saying because I want to roleplay, I don't like. I can't see myself doing it that way, you know.
Well, I get what you're saying about, like, you want to be like, I want to be tree guy, but, like, hang on, let me. Oops, that is the wrong one. Let me actually read into the Gnarlborns.
I don't know why the fathers want to start off like that. I'm just saying I might have trouble role playing that.
Well, the thing is, like, you're not, like, this is suggesting that you're dealing with the sudden change of you suddenly becoming this thing. Like, you'd be a human being like, oh, I'm a tree now. So if your character, there's nothing saying your character can't be like, oh, I'm do like a bunch of tree stuff, but, like, lore wise, it would be like, I'm a human pretending to be a tree because I'm a tree now. So, like, I understand what you're trying to say, like, with like, you're trying to be like, oh, I'm like, I want to play as like an ent or something like that, and that's kind of hard. I do get that, and I do kind of agree with that. That if you're going for like full ent, it would be kind of hard to go like human, like to start as like modern ass day human. But at the same time, like, the main reason I'm suggesting this is because of the like the fucking advice I got from Sean Chiplock, which was just like,
yeah,
rather than do what you think fits, just do something, and eventually it's gonna feel like it fits to you.
Oh no, I know. Like I said, I know what I want to do. I'm just saying, if you want everyone to start as humans, I will have trouble with it. I don't mind if others start as humans. Like, I could be like a separate guy. But as
Well,
like I have a
also,
vision
Andrew,
for this.
keep in mind
Yeah.
you don't start in Druskenwald.
Okay.
You start on the train leading into Druskenwald.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like you're expecting your character to like already be a part of the tree lands. Yeah. That's not how the adventure starts.
I don't know if you read what I sent you earlier.
I kind of paraphrased it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
that was
that's
just like an incorrect takeaway from what I said, because there's not evil forest mind control.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
That's just kind of how they choose to live.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, you do not start off in Druskenvold. So if your role play is being based off of I'm a pre-existing character in that world, that's not going to work like in general, because that's not how the module starts.
Oh, okay.
Like there is absolutely nothing wrong with you being a tree guy. It's just if your character is like I'm a tree guy who's been living in the forest of Treeland for a while, that's what's not going to work.
Okay. So when we entered like the area, do we gain memories of the, say Ernesto or Will become a Harvestborn? Do they remember anything about their land?
No, it's not
No?
really like forced memories on you. It's just kind of like, oh, this is where all the tree people are living. I'm gonna go live with the tree people. Like I think there are inhabitants that are there beforehand, but it's like implied that they've been there like ever since this world became this world. And for the players specifically, no matter what, you are a new inhabitant to the world.
Okay. And one more question.
Yes.
Do we all arrive on the train together?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
The train is chapter 1.
Okay.
Like the entirety of the train is chapter 1.
Okay.
So basically, that chapter is also going to be where your characters would like first meet and introduce each other. Because that's another thing is if you're going modern day humans, you would be kind of like discussing. Maybe you could discuss how you died, how you got to that point with the other characters, all that kind of stuff. Or you might not even know that you died. Like it may have just been such like a seamless transition from you doing whatever you were doing that got you killed to you being on the train that you didn't even notice.
Oh.
Because like another thing is, while you're on the train, if we all do this to where like you don't know what race you are, during the entirety of chapter 1, I was gonna have it to where you guys are in these thick cloaks that cover your entire bodies, so you don't know your race, you don't know the other characters' races. You'll build your character based on essentially what you are playing for the entirety of chapter 1, and then kind of have to, by the time you get to the end of chapter 1, I'm hoping that you guys will have your characters cemented enough to where when you hit that race, you'll be able to accurately depict how you think they would realistically react to finding out, like, hey, I'm suddenly a spider.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Anyone else got anything, any other reasons why they would or wouldn't want to do this?
I respectfully just wanted to just play like the race I wanted to play. That's just my
thing. That was another thing with the biggest problem with this being a cell is that like you're gonna want to play what you planned on playing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess technically speaking, we could still like do that aspect to where like you don't know what race you are and stuff like that, but then you just choose which race you are so you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
And if anyone that wants to randomize it, the main part that everyone has to agree to is that you existed previously as an IRL modern day human.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That I'm okay with. I just wanted to like pick what I wanted to play.
So like everyone's fine with the modern human being thrown into the fucking insane fantasy folklore world then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's
all right,
okay.
so then I guess from that point, which one of you guys would want to be a random race, and which one would you want, and how many of you would want to like pick your race? Because I
Let
already
me
know
think
Erica.
on
I
that.
already know Erica voted for
Okay.
random race. She didn't at first, but then after she saw all of them, she's like, you know what? I actually can't pick a favorite. You can just randomize me. And because the book does specify that non-Druskenvold races do exist in Druskenvold, you would not be limited to the races from Crooked Moon. If you want to be limited to only randomized to a Crooked Moon race, I can absolutely do that for you, but you are not limited by just that one. So, like, you could play a Dragonborn if you wanted.
Could we do semi-randomized?
Be more specific.
Curseborn,
Oh, like
Gnarlborn.
randomized, like you
Yeah.
give me a
Yeah,
few of
yeah.
them, and I just randomly pick
Yeah.
one of those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, let me know
But keep
when
in mind,
to tell you.
if you do pick random, you will not know what race you are until the end of chapter 1 either.
That's okay.
All right.
Okay. Let me just.
Let me
for-
open up a new tab in Google, and I will
Yeah.
write these down in a Google Doc that I do not share with you guys, just so I can have, so I can remember which ones we're all doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, Andrew, which races do you want to choose from?
Curseborn, Deepborn, Gnarlborn, Harvestborn, and Stoneborn.
So it was Curse, Deep, Gnarl, Stone, Harvest?
Yep.
Alright. Anyone else want to go full random, specific random between a few of them? Any?
I think Will's trying to talk, but I think his mic might be muted because I see him lighting
Yeah, I
up.
see him
what?
blinking.
Oh,
Wait, is it
no, he
working?
just wasn't.
yeah, now it's working. Yeah.
Yeah, Will, do you got any random choose? Any, like, preference which one you want to do?
Let me take a look here.
Because, like, you can randomize to where it's any of the races we have available. You can randomize to where it's just specifically the Crooked Moon races we have available. You can choose which one you have. Or you can do what Andrew just did and say, like, I want to randomize between these specific races.
Could do. Yeah, just put down a list of them. There's just a few of them that I probably wouldn't want to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I could put down Azurborn. Could do.
I know you're gonna want Harvest
Born.
in there.
Yeah, Harvestborn. Dreadborn.
I'll be right back. I gotta go check on dinner.
Probably open up the actual races so I can see these as we're going on. Talking about them. Oh, did you say Threadborn? I thought you said Dreadborn. I'm like, what the fuck?
The Threadborn and Stoneborn, and then probably the ones.
Andrew, I'm surprised you didn't want to include Plagueborn in yours, considering how you always end up as a fucking mouse.
I was thinking on it, but then I realized it's poison damage, so like half my race is just useless most of the time.
Oh, or you can add Relicborn too.
Oh, sound disconnected. Hello, welcome back.
Well, keep in mind, Andrew, these are like 90% of the monsters are specifically designed for this module. So, poison may not be worthless here.
Okay.
Okay, that was a bad one to pick at the start. I just grabbed a random one and it happened to be immune to poison, but it's also like it's also like an undead Loch Ness monster, so it makes sense for it to be immune to poison. Okay, but the second one I grabbed was not immune to poison. Yeah, no, even like this thing's resistant to poison, but not outright immune. This one is immune to the poisoned condition. Oh wait, and damage. Oh, because it's a fucking house. That makes sense. Yeah, but it seems like the only things that are immune or resistant to poison are things that are undead, which that's kind of just normal, or things that are like non-poisonable, like the house. It does seem like there are still quite a few poison resistances and immunities, so it is completely
Okay,
like,
you know
fair
what?
to
Add
say,
it to the
like,
list. Add it to the list.
So what ability do they have that's poison damage anyway?
It's when you hit them and you can poison them.
That's not the poison status effect, Andrew.
It does.
It does poison damage, but it's not the status effect.
No. While afflicted, the target has disadvantage on attack rolls and
And
ability
takes
checks.
poison damage, but that's not the poison status effect. So I'm saying if it's immune to the poison status effect, it's not immune to this.
Oh.
It won't take the poison damage if it's immune to the poison damage, but it will still have the disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of a small one unless you build with Constitution. So you will have to build with... It will be kind of hard to do it properly if you randomize in that race, because you won't know, like, if you're the Constitution race or not.
Wait. You're right. So they would specifically have to be immune to my plague.
Yeah, which no one is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, add it to the list then.
Alright. Alright, keep in mind also, though, that since we're randomizing the races and, like, not choosing them, like, as we're going, you guys really don't... You guys kind of have to leave it up to me for how you want your character to look visually.
Okay.
So I guess just you can give me any additional piece of it. Well, I'll try and base it off of like what you want for your backstories to be and all that. And you can go from there. Like say like using the example I used before, if you're a goth or an occultist, maybe like if you end up being a rat, I'll give you a spiked wristband or something.
Okay.
But at the same time, like, if you have any ideas for your character that you, like, absolutely want to be on there regardless of which race you end up as, like, say, I want my armor or something to be blue, then let me know that and I can do that for you.
Okay.
Alright, but then, on that note, I think we are ready to start with the actual proper character building. Well, except for Cyan, because I didn't...
Hello.
Do you want to? Do you want your race to be randomized? Do you want to pick which race you are? Do you want to randomize it between like a specific few kind of races, or any preference on that?
To be honest with you, I'm way too attached to one race already.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
I really, really want to be a Threadborn. That is my one race.
You're not an ass.
I'm not an ASMR. I know.
What?
I'm
sorry.
assuming you said Threadborn because I couldn't really hear you over Andrew actually vomiting up both lungs.
Yeah.
I was
wanna be a
drinking
Threadborn.
water.
Alright, well, I guess for the people who aren't randomizing, who the fuck is Rihanna Asgard?
Oh, that's me. I already made up a name and a,
Well,
and a whole thing.
Okay, well, that was another thing that, like, since you're being reborn, you wouldn't know your name.
Oh,
No,
shit.
okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that.
No, I was about to go in and edit your characters and add the races of the people who, like, want to actually have the races chosen ahead of time. So, like, you're good. I could change it back for you.
Yes.
Alright, but I will add Threadborn to yourself then. Do you want to be small or medium then?
I'll be small.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
'cause
keep in
that would
mind,
be
small
really
is
funny.
like Small is like 2 to 4 feet. Medium is like 5 to 7 feet.
Yeah, I'll be.
All right. You can
I
pick.
have a,
Yep.
Ryan, I have a question for Wicker Weaver background.
All right. Well, hang on. Let me finish.
Okay,
Adding
okay,
science
okay.
stuff. Okay. You speak common and 2 additional languages. What languages would you want? There are no Crooked Moon exclusive races or like specific languages. It's still just the normal
Oh.
ones.
Um.
I'm not even sure how much these come into play.
Yeah, I don't know then, because I can't really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because like in order for me to give you like guidance on which languages would be the most helpful, I would have to read the entire book cover to cover, which I have not done yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's only one other language, so maybe just slap in some, like, Elvish or something.
Elvish, alright.
Yeah.
Alright, and you're resistant to psychic damage. And you have an ability called You've Got a Friend.
Yep.
But keep in mind, because we're doing the thing where, like, you won't know, your character in lore doesn't know their race, you won't be able to have this, like, in the entirety of the first chapter. It's essentially, though,
Yeah, that's okay.
you have the guidance spell prepared at all times, but your range is 30 feet instead of touch, and you could use it as a reaction.
I love it so much. I love it so much.
Alright, so, alright, that's added. Ernesto, which race did you want to be? You're muted if
Ernesto?
you're trying to say anything.
Wow, I think he's AFK.
Alright, well then.
Didn't he go get his dinner?
Oh, right, yep. Oh, also, you're considered a construct. Diane.
Yes.
Yeah. So certain things won't affect you, certain things will affect you, etc. Alright, but then while we're waiting for Ernesto, we can go over the thing that's, like, actually the most important, is the Threads of Fate. Because that is how your characters get into the world. So I think you guys can see them all. If you go into the compendium, for the sake of the fact that we're recording, like if you see one you like, tell me and I'll read it out loud.
Wait, what are we looking over?
Threads of Fate, specifically the 2024 one, since those we said we were going to use those rules.
Okay.
It should be under player options.
All right.
I have 2 that I'm interested in, and I can't pick between them.
I mean, you can randomize. You can coin flip it. We have that option where we can just do that right now in D&D.
Okay.
You could also just tell me what they were, and I can go over them with you and see which one sounds better, like with a better, like more in-depth explanation and ideas for the two.
I'm picking between Thread of Ascendancy or Thread of Evolution.
Alright, so let me just read those off since recording. So for Ascendancy, a character bound by the thread of Ascendancy strives to rise to greatness and become an otherworldly monarch. They are guided by the insane ramblings of the spectral head of the fool, imperceivable to anyone else, whose cryptid rhymes contain surprising wisdom and even a prophecy of ascended rebirth. Your goal is to decipher the ramblings of the fool and discover what must be done to ascend beyond mortality and be reborn into a powerful supernatural entity. For personalization, it says, determine the otherworldly nature of your desired ascension. Does the character wish to become a lord of the heavens, the hells, the Phalanx, the death realms? Did they seek this ascension before encountering the fool, or was it instigated by the spirit? And why does the character pursue this transformation? And for call to action, the character is present during or even accidentally causes the beheading of a fool whose bodiless spirit haunts them. That one's gonna be fun to integrate into modern human. They soon realize there's truth and I'm laughing too hard at that. Just going to a circus, decapitating a clown. Persistence. Woven through the specter's often incoherent ramblings and a single strange rhyme of the fool, monarch's rebirth, and ascension points to the particularly gloomy time and place where the adventure begins. So like for that one, like I said, it could be maybe you were working in a circus and you caused an accident and one of your coworkers got beheaded. Maybe there was some dude just random. Maybe like you ran into some crackhead rambling on the streets. Oh no, accident! His head pops off. This one's kind
So
of
much
hard.
for a random, normal, modern day human.
Yeah, this one's kind of hard to be like human without being severely traumatized at the start already because of the fact that it directly says this is caused by a beheading. But it is still doable.
Bang too.
Cyan talking about beheading people.
Okay, cool.
But for threat of evolution, a character bound by the threat of evolution believes himself to be the next stage of evolution for mortal species, having undergone a transformational. I read that word correctly. Wow. Experiment to become even closer to perfection. However, they are still not satisfied and follow the notes of a renowned researcher to transcend the limitations of natural biology. Your goal is to unlock the potential of the experiments conducted on them and discover how to blend science and magic to achieve the final stage of evolution and become the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog. Determine the nature of the experiments. Why did you wait so long to laugh? That threw me off.
No, I was reading something else, and then all I hear
Just
is
fucking hit
Shadow
you.
the Hedgehog about evolution.
I didn't mean it.
Oh wait, Ryan.
Yeah.
Do we pick these threads of fate?
Yeah, you pick these. These are essentially your backstories. Essentially, these are your backstories that lead into like your backgrounds and who your characters were and how they ended up in Druskenwald. Like how they ended up getting like taken into the Ghostlight Express.
It's gonna sound really like dumb, but I want to pick evolution, and the researcher that I'm seeking is Percival.
Be more
God.
specific than Percival. There's a lot of Percivals.
It's Percival Del Rolo, most likely, isn't it?
Yep.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
from
think I know
Critical
him.
Role.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay, I know him. Yes.
yeah. Percival Federici von Musel Del Rolo III.
Was his research about? I've only seen the show. I
No,
was gonna say.
his research
No,
was
I'm
about
not.
firearms.
Yeah.
So okay, Andrew. So you do understand that by going that route for that specific guy, your personal character's interpretation of the perfect being would essentially just be someone
gun.
with guns for hands.
Yep.
Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page with that. All right, but personalization, which we just kind of discussed with Andrew, determine the nature of the experiments conducted on the character. Did they experiment on themselves, or did an external figure do it? What sort of physical limitations are they seeking I'm struggling, you guys.
Take your time.
Are they seeking to transcend? Who is the researcher they idolize? And what were they seeking? Oh, Andrew, for yours specifically, you do realize also that since you're like a modern day IRL human,
Yeah. Yeah.
your character would be, you'd essentially be experimenting and chopping yourself apart over a fictional
Yep.
character.
Yep.
You're
You know what's the best part?
a 16-year-old girl watching anime.
You know what? I'll take it.
God.
Oh my god.
You know what's the best part, Ryan?
What?
I could actually do that because I'm taking armorer.
Yeah, I
An
know,
armor-
I know. I know you can actually do that. It doesn't help that the wolf people live in Bloodborne, and you can probably easily get them to do fucking insane experiments. Alright, but the call to adventure. The character has hit a dead end in unlocking the next stage of their personal evolution and has sought out the researcher who inspired their pursuit. When they finally discovered the laboratory or place of study, it is mostly destroyed, piercing together a fragmented collection of notes that still remain. The character determines that the research sought out of the location where the adventure begins. So for yours, Andrew, this would mean you go to wherever the fuck Critical Role is recorded and find it in shambles and everyone dead.
Oh, God.
You would be directly causing the death of Matt Mercer in our lore.
And I took personal offense to that.
Oh, okay, but going back to Cyan, do you want to have do you need like any examples of which either of those two could like tie in modern wise besides what we just discussed with Andrew?
Um, I'm still trying to figure out how to tie in Thread of Ascendancy with normal modern day society.
Well, you it's essentially just like I want to be like the guy, like I want to be the big shot fucker. Like you're essentially you have a god complex basically.
Wait, oh my god. A
So
lot
you
of my
you could essentially just be like this massive diva, and essentially you could think yourself as a modern day Cleopatra, basically. Just
Okay.
hopefully
I
for
can
my
be
own sanity.
Pain.
Hopefully for my own sanity. God fucking damn it! You made it worse. I was gonna say hopefully for my own sanity, just without fucking Cleopatra's golden mouth, but you somehow made it worse by now the fact that you're just gonna be fucking insane.
I mean, it makes sense. I'm a thread
Yeah,
boy,
yeah.
and I'm
Well,
thinking about being the
technically,
great
it would make more sense if
fool.
you base yourself on Pomni, but yeah, either way.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I feel like I have
Pomni
to
doesn't
bring
have
it
a god complex though.
yet.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I should also bring up originally when I was planning on interpolating. Wow, that's not even close to a word. Integrating this into Curse of Strahd, so it was like kind of Curse of Strahd but folk horror. I will. Yeah, let me repost the image so that you can see it. I did make this NPC. Let me drag it onto the screen. Did my internet die again, or is everyone just being quiet?
No, everyone's being quiet.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, wow, you guys got real fucking quiet. Yeah, but
I
when
think
I was
everyone's
planning
reading.
when I was planning on implementing this into Curse of Strahd, I did have this fucking Threadborn Pomni.
Oh my god.
And as you can see, she's fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Like one of the people in the fucking glitch Discord server described it as if Pomni was salad fingers. And I love that description
Oh
so much. Like that's such a fucked
Why
up
is it
description.
so accurate?
That's such a fucked up description, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
I'm
it's,
Oh my god, that's Jackson Ragavan.
yeah.
My god.
Look closer. Like, you know, let me bring this back up. Look closer to the whole fucking thing. I included everybody. Like she's wearing Kinger's cloak. She's got Gangel's ribbons tied tying Zubal's leg to where her broken leg is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I said, this is the kind of shit you're gonna see with like all the characters. This level of fucked up. But also drawing attention to something on this that I forgot to bring up. If you look at her leg, you notice it's bleeding, despite the fact that the Threadborn are made of wood. That is because, for the sake of, even though it is not written in this, for the sake of, I think it will be good for lore, all races have blood.
That's pretty cool considering they still feel like humans.
Yes. Yeah, I think that'll be really good for character things, because, like, even if you're a stone dude, you get cut, you start to bleed, like, actual red blood still. Originally, I implemented that because, like I said, this was supposed to be added onto Curse of Strahd before we just played the actual module, so I kind of figured, like, if you don't have blood, what the fuck is a vampire gonna do to you? But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, you know, this actually is just kind of a cool thing to have as part of, like, character building in general. So I think it will be cool to add that to characters.
Can I ask a question?
Probably.
Is it possible to pick a thread of fate after we find out what our classes are? I mean,
Race.
Yeah. Race.
You mean race? Yeah. Not really, because this is what draws you into the Ghostlight Express. This is what you're doing while you're human, from the perspective of how we're doing the narrative.
Oh, that's a problem.
No, you can still be an insane person trying to make gun hands, Andrew. Look at Elon
No, I know
Musk.
that. But for example, if I get, let's see, where are they?
What, you thinking you can't be like a fucking tree with gun hands? Or a rat with gun hands? I'm not seeing what the issue
Not
is.
specifically, but for example, if I'm a curseborn, I would like to get threads of slaughter. Because that would fit more.
The Curseborn are Pirates of the Pirates of the Caribbean Day of the Dead skeletons. What?
Are they?
Yes!
Okay, let me take a look.
You can literally even see the Day of the Dead makeup on, like, the base dude. Oh, Will got sent to the Shadow Realm.
Maybe I'm just dumb.
You said the Relicborn, right?
No, I said curseborn.
I'm dumb. Alright, you were talking about... You were talking about Dapper Wolfman and you're thinking Slaughter fits? This dude's wearing a bowler cap!
Hey, that doesn't mean shit.
Andrew, the
Okay,
land they
fine,
come
okay,
from
fine.
is like...
Look at Gnarlborn.
Alright, the tree dudes, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it fits more, right? More than the
I
fucking
mean-
evolution.
Yes, but also keep in mind, like, these are how you get into the train. And they can absolutely still tie into. So like for Slaughter, maybe you were a hunter. Like, maybe you just got bored of the hunts because, like, you killed, like, lions, bears, fucking wolves, and you just like, you know what? These animals are really just not fun anymore. Or maybe you were a serial killer. Maybe you were someone who just, like, started killing a bunch of people, and you just got tired of that, too. Because keep in mind, you are not required to be a good aligned character. You can be evil and still completely integrate with the rest of the party. I really hope Arya's character, after she fucking adopted a Nothlic of all fucking things with a rotten goblin kidney, at this point made it obvious that it's perfectly fine for an evil character to be in a party of good characters.
I'm gonna think Thread of Slaughter then.
Alright, you're gonna pick Slaughter? Alright, I will add that to your sheet. And then I guess just say how you would want that to be integrated via the modern equivalent.
I'll DM you.
That's fair. Okay, yep, throw a slot there. And it does. I should probably also mention the backgrounds. You are not required to take the recommended backgrounds for the threads. You can still pick whatever background you want.
Do you randomize our genders as well?
What?
I didn't even think of doing that. I was just
Why would
going
that be
to
a-
assume that
Hey,
everyone
I don't
wanted to
know,
play
man.
I was
You
just going to
said
assume
I
that
was
everyone
gonna-
would want to play the gender that they are. I completely forgot that I was playing with a guy who played a rat prostitute.
Yeah. Earlier you said I was a 16-year-old girl. I wouldn't know.
Are you planning on playing that fucking girl that stabbed someone over Slenderman?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That is surprising. Because she got
You
let out
showed
of
me.
jail recently, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, Ryan, what's crazy about that? Somebody I work with, they knew them because they would they taught like they helped us like school stuff. They
Oh my
would be like
God.
kind of like a teacher's assistant, and they would like they knew them. I was
That's
like, oh my god,
crazy.
that's horrible. Yeah, they were like they didn't seem like they were quiet, but they didn't seem like they would do anything like that.
Always the quiet ones.
Yeah.
I'm so lost.
Don't worry about it.
Essentially, this girl stabbed and murdered her friends because of Slenderman, the fictional video game character,
What?
as a sacrifice. It's like
What
an
the
occult
fuck?
sacrifice. I mean, technically speaking, I'm fairly confident Slenderman is actually based on like real folklore.
Mm.
But I am fairly confident that she did it because of the video game.
Yeah.
And she said it was Slenderman. Yeah.
Well, I just said Slenderman was like real folklore.
Oh yeah.
So like I don't know if she based it on that or like
That is fucked up.
yeah, but you can DM me the thing. I'll add it to your character sheet. I guess in Cyan, did you figure out which one you want to pick then? Like finalize
I'm
which
going
one?
for Thread of Ascendancy.
Ascendancy. All right.
Yeah. I found out how to make it more modern society.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess Will and Ernesto, which one do you guys want?
I'm gonna deafen really quick.
Yeah.
I
go
need
ahead.
to test something out.
You're talking about backgrounds.
He's talking about the threads of
The
fate.
Threads of Ascendancy. Or Threads of Fate, yeah, my bad.
Oh, I didn't know
Those
that's
are
what
how
it's
your
saying.
character. Those are the inciting acts that lead your character to the, ghost train. So think of it literally how I called it Infinity Train earlier. That like episode 1 Infinity Train. This is what we're going on
Oh,
right now.
these are all linked to the backgrounds.
Well, you don't have to pick the background that it recommends.
I mean, I might pick the background and then go.
I
with
mean, yeah,
the
you
thread
absolutely can. I'm just not. You don't have to.
then. Okay.
And keep in mind, this would be like what you're doing while you're still a human mortal living. So like it would tie
Ryan.
into that. Yeah,
You're gonna hate me.
probably. Oh, also Andrew, as if I fucking watch Hazbin Hotel.
Oh, why did you say
like I can absolutely just go fucking look up that character to see what you're looking for, but you said that as if I would just know.
Well, I don't know. You watch random shit.
Yes, I watch random shit, but not Hazbin.
Well, Ryan, I'm currently between Threads of Rejuvenation or Liberation right now. Currently.
Alright, let's go over those ones then. So, Rejuvenation. A character bound by the thread of rejuvenation upholds the sanctity of the natural world and the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The communion with the green world and the following the wisdom of the trees, they seek to purge the land of rot and corruption to usher a new age of flourishing. That one could very easily turn really bad for a modern equivalent. Be very careful with the word purge.
Well, yeah, did I fail art school, yeah?
In the attic.
No.
Well, I wasn't gonna go with something like that. I was gonna go more with something of, like, I guess, like, not purge. Well, I guess purge, but you know,
Cleanse,
let me get back
purify,
to you on that one.
burning
Get
a
back
cross
to that.
on someone's front lawn.
Classic.
Let me figure out a better wording. I'll get back to you in 1 second.
Yeah. He's
How
like,
about murder
like-
those that
he's
are
like,
considered
I just
morally-
happen to be playing as a ghost.
Ryan, how about those that are considered too evil to be in this world?
like kind of Val
Like
Val
those
Helsing kind of thing.
Sure.
Like
I'm gonna take
hunting,
Cyan away.
hunting
really
actual
quickly.
monsters kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monsters or people.
Yeah. Essentially like a Navy SEAL.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I'm just trying to think of the most morally acceptable way we can talk about purging human beings. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, my favorite book is may or may not have been Mein Kampf. Who knows?
May have been a coincidence. I don't know.
Just wait till you find out what my heritage is combined with my hair and eye color.
Yes, I know, Ryan. I've met you in person. I'm aware.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my family was part of the powers.
Hey, at least you have a cool story to tell. That's important.
Damn, Grandpa, what's all these weird little lightning bolts in the attic?
You must not go up there. Sha?
Ooh.
Alright, but to continue on for rejuvenation, the goal is you must find areas of the natural world that are suffering, discover what made them corrupt, and then heal them.
Yeah, I'll probably just go with that one, honestly. That
You
probably
can
make more
determine
sense.
how you got there, why do they like nature in the first place, all that kind of stuff. And the call to action suggests is like you're in the woods during your favorite season, which I guess if you're like a nature person, having a favorite season makes sense. And you stumble upon like an ancient hollow, like a dead tree, and it leads you, like it essentially teleports you to the ghost train, or the ghost train comes out of it or some shit.
Yeah.
But like since I said all your characters are dying beforehand, you probably get mauled by a bear.
Wow.
All right. So, do you still want me to read the Thread of Liberation then?
Yeah, go for it just to see.
Alright.
But I think I might just go with rejuvenation.
All right. So, a character bound by the Thread of Liberation has made a deal with a powerful entity that now owns their soul, and what awaits them in death is not pretty. Their only hope to escape their fate seems to be the hands of their shadow, which seemingly has a mind of its own, but can be persuaded to help through games of chance. So, you're playing blackjack with your afterlife.
Gold, double 20s.
The character must seek help in outwitting the entity they made a deal with, find a way to break the supernatural chains that bind them, and reclaim the mastery of their own fate once more. Determine the nature, like what caused the binding, what soul, who are you bound to, that kind of stuff. What do they look like? What does your character shadow look like? What kind of deal was made? What did you receive in exchange? And then the call to adventure, which is again the thing that leads you to the train, is your character's luck running out. The deal has gone bad, and they're reminded of the fate that awaits them when they die, and they're trying to find a way out, and it leads them to, in this case, dying and finding the way to the fucking train.
Yeah, I think we'll just go with rejuvenation.
You go for rejuvenation?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ryan, change of plans.
Oh boy.
I am going harvestborn after all.
You're sticking on harvest? All right.
Yeah.
You can only go
What did you choose initially?
He chose
What was your
random between a
value?
few races initially.
Yeah.
All right. So you're medium size. You speak common and one other language. Keep in mind though that, like I said, I'm not really sure how impactful the extra languages are because there aren't any module-specific languages.
Yep.
So just pick one.
Do we have anything for speaking animals?
Sylvan, I think. That's animal, right?
I thought animal was just like animal speak was
No,
its
no,
own
no.
thing.
Like it means like I think Sylvan is as close as you can get without speak to animals. Is what I'm saying. I guess there's also
I see.
Druidic. That would probably actually be a lot
Druidic.
closer.
Yeah, Druidic.
You get culling. When you damage a bloodied creature, so creatures under half HP, you deal an extra 1d12 necrotic damage to it, and you can use this trait a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all uses per long rest. You also get the Gift of Green. As a bonus action, you can touch the ground. Let me say that again so it's clear. You can touch the ground, meaning if you cannot touch the ground, you cannot use this ability. So, like, if you're strapped to a wall or something, you can't tap the wall. It has to be the ground.
Okay.
If you're on a boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
it has to.
does
You
the
have
boat
to be able to
count
like.
as ground?
What?
Does the boat count as ground?
No. It has to be like
Like-
something where roots could make
Oh,
sense
okay,
to come
okay.
out of because
Oh,
you're
okay,
like.
okay.
Essentially, you are tentacle hentai-ing people with vines and it heals them.
Okay, sounds good.
Boat is boat.
Like, yeah, it specifically says, like. Where was it?
It has to be solid ground.
Yeah, it has to be solid ground. Where was... Okay, this doesn't have the description, but I remember reading this somewhere. It said more specifically that, like, you cause a vine to come out of the ground and, like, impale them in the nape of the neck in order to do this.
Fuck.
It lets them...
That's a healing spell, right?
Yeah, it lets you... It lets you... It lets you heal. It lets you roll hit dice and heal with the hit dice without needing to take a short rest.
What a healing spell.
Yeah. All right. And then you also get dancing lights as the spell. You just get that passively. The thematic thing is that you're essentially taking the candle inside your head and throwing it, like the flame from the candle inside your face.
Okay.
All right. You got that one there. You picked your Thread of Fate. Ernesto picked his Thread of Fate. Which race were you gonna pick, Ernesto?
Azureborn.
Azureborn. Okay, you were sticking with them.
Yep.
I'm still surprised that, like, even with the 80 new races the other book added, you're picking one of the Crooked Moon ones.
Yeah, why not?
All right. I guess which language do you want to speak to? Because everyone seems to get a language.
Let's go something basic. Let's just go Elvish and call it a day.
Elvish,
Just make it
alright.
easy.
You get Glimpse of Fate. When you roll initiative, if you aren't surprised, you can choose a number of creatures that you can see equal to your proficiency bonus. The targets have advantage on their initiative rolls. Oh, that's why you picked this race, isn't it?
No, that was not intentional.
Let's
I
use
picked it
this.
for
Wow,
another
that's
reason.
that's really overpowered.
No, I picked it because they can fly.
Oh, I guess, yeah. You also get Winds of Magic. As a bonus action, you can take the dash action and increase
give
your
me
fly
1 second,
speed
right?
by 10 feet. That was kind of the end of that description anyway, so I can just I could just finish that. Hang on, let me turn off dark vision on everyone before I forget. Since we said we were going to use that rule.
So wait, what are the threads
yeah.
everybody's picked?
Andrew has Slaughter.
Uh-huh.
Ernesto has Rejuvenation. Cyan
Uh-huh.
has Ascendancy, and Erica's not picking hers until tomorrow.
I'll do Thread of Immortality. I'll go with Scholar of the Forbidden. That'll make sense lore-wise.
Alright, got that there. Well, before we pick backgrounds, we do have to roll stats.
I see.
It's like,
Oh boy.
yeah. That should work, right? If I just, alright, yep. If I just manually write 0, it removes your dark vision. And then if I go to prototype token vision.
This is 0 vision. Everybody's blind.
Alright, yeah, it seems like it properly erased dark vision. I think Threadborn gets dark vision. No, they don't. I'm surprised Harvestborn doesn't get dark vision considering their face.
I couldn't believe it either. Yeah.
That's really weird. Alright, but so everyone has their threads then. Will, do you have an idea of what you were gonna build with yours specifically? Because like you guys will have to tell me this like more in detail so I can properly add them to your backstory. That way you can read over them and then decide what you want to explain to the other characters when we actually start session 1. Just keep in mind, you can not tell people stuff. Like if you don't want people to know how your character died for any reason, like it could be like maybe you tripped and cracked your head open so you're embarrassed about it, or maybe it was like something fucked up so you want to keep it a secret, you can do that. You can just you can just refuse to tell people stuff.
Well, given my stuff's for reading and doing bad things with the forbidden books, I probably wouldn't tell people, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's something along the lines of like reading the Necronomicon and shit like that.
Yeah.
Alright.
There,
That makes sense.
My family keeps summoning to move furniture around.
Alright, well, we were pretty much done explaining your race anyway when you left.
Okay, cool. Was there anything important I missed? Because I kind of looked over it.
I turned off your dark vision since we agreed to not have dark vision.
Okay.
Where's your movement speed? You have 30 feet to fly, so that's really good.
Yeah.
But they are wing based, so it is wing based. It's not like levitate based. So if someone like flips your wings or something, then you lose that.
Yep.
All right. So now I think we're good to roll stats.
Augury. I'll have to go over you with Augury. What the fuck it, I guess, entails. Oh, it just means the DM chooses.
Augury is a nothing spell.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's you ask the DM a question and they have to answer you if they feel like it.
Yeah.
I am not required to give you an answer. Like, there's literally a fucking Zeba Shaw animated video, animated spellbook on it. Go watch that and you'll know why Augury is like, I think it is worse than True Strike.
Well, it is. Yeah, I would say it is worse than True Strike. Unless your DM like specifically is like, I will not anything unless you use Augury.
Yeah, but that is like railroading people, which isn't fun.
It's not good.
Which is pretty fucking funny considering the start of this campaign is literally you guys on a railroad.
Hmm.
All right, but with that out of the way, I think we're all ready to start rolling for stats. So because of the nature of supposedly randomness, if you guys want, we can not have safety rolls, and then you have to try and build your character around, like, did I get a shit roll? We can still absolutely do the safety rolls if you want, and I'm fine with having this be person per person thing, where, like, maybe Will doesn't want to do safety rolls, but Ernesto
Yeah,
does,
I'm already
that's
doing
fine.
a random character. I'll take the safety rolls.
Okay. Well, I was just saying more to, like, help lean into, like, the flaw aspect building of your character. Like, maybe your character has, like, really low charisma, so in life they were like, I play League of Legends.
League, huh? That's what we go to.
It was either League or Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Pokemon cards was a close third.
Yeah.
Will does all three, doesn't he?
No. 2 of the 3, so.
A 1.
But if it's
Yeah, I'm one. Alright, well. I guess just one at a time, we can go through and roll our stats.
Okay.
Who wants to go first? Let us agree on the roll order so that we don't all just start rolling. Who wants
Just
to go
go-
first?
just go down the list of people in the voice chat.
That would be Cyan first then.
Okay, should I just roll in the chat?
Like in the normal place where we roll, like if we're playing the game. Like so,
Okay.
like how we have the dice at the bottom if you want to do those. And you remember how we roll?
Explain it to me again.
Roll 4d6s, drop the lowest number. And also, in case you missed it, to help with the random aspect or like the trying to stay in character with someone, like a character that you may not build, like the thing I was saying with fucking Sean Chiplock earlier, what he told me. If you want, we can not do safety rolls, and if you get a crap stat, you have to, like, you try and build your character around that. Like if you have low charisma, you have low charisma. Maybe if you have low strength, your character's like really skinny or something like that.
What do you mean by safety rolls?
I allow 1 reroll per stat.
Oh,
Like, so if you get like a 3 in something and you don't want the 3, you can try again. So you could just go
I don't know.
complete raw and
A
just go
3 would
straight
be 4 ones. Oh my god. That's
Funny
low
thing,
enough
if
to
you
get
a 3
enlightened, right?
Yeah, if you get a 3, you can put it in intelligence, and then you have a 10 in intelligence.
You know what? I'm just gonna say no safety rolls.
You're
Fuck
just
it,
gonna
we
go no
roll.
safety rolls? Alright, then go
Yeah.
slowly. And I guess also you can, well, roll all 6 of them at first, and then you can decide where you want to put the stats after that.
Okay.
So just do, yep. Oh, you've already customized
Oh.
your dice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aw,
6.
Ooh.
That's not ideal,
Going
I'll be
great.
honest.
What an amazing first roll after you said, I'm not going to
Hey.
use safety rolls.
Yeah.
Surely it only goes up from here, though.
Statistically,
Surely.
yeah.
At least
Alright.
one of them has to be a 20 now.
Alright, next.
Okay.
Okay.
That is 11. Next.
There you go.
13. Next.
Oh, that looks good.
12. 9.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Maybe I
Well,
should have gone for
You
the
That's
have
not
one more
horrible.
stat. You have one more stat. Alright, one more roll. Let's see what you get.
shit. Where are the 6s? Give me the 6s, please.
Oh no.
10.
No!
You have 6, 11, 13, 12, 9, 10. You have 2 stats that are above a +0 and they're both +1.
Well,
Oh my
Life is-
gosh.
life is treating you tough.
Well, where do you want to put
yeah.
him? Where do you want to put him?
I
Keep in
Wait,
mind what
what's my
class. Keep in
highest
mind what
stat?
class you want to play. Your highest one was a
Yeah.
13.
Good lord.
Oh my gosh.
You got so fucked over.
That's rough.
I did. Oh my god.
Oh, this.
Am
is gonna
I
be
allowed
good.
one safety roll? Because I do not like the 6 at all. I'm okay with everything else. Just the 6 is
a pity
killing
roll.
me.
I will give you the pity roll. Yes,
Thank you.
I will give you the pity roll for the
Watch
6.
it be lower.
But yeah, if it's
Oh,
lower, you
I
have to.
would
If it's
cry.
lower, you have to take it.
Oh my god.
The f-
I.
it's the
It's 9.
Okay.
It is technically higher,
Alright.
but not by much. I saw 2
Oh
ones
my
pop up.
God.
I'm like, oh my
I
god,
know.
the 3, the 3. It's
Listen,
happening.
it's better. It's better because she had like -3 with a 6, right?
Yeah, she would have had -3 with that shit. All
Well,
right.
it's at least
Oh my
minus
God.
1.
And keep in mind, you do get 3 stat points to distribute when you pick your background.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So where do you want to put these then?
I'll do the highest one in charisma.
All right. It might be
Probably
easiest.
the lowest one.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be easier to do the lowest ones next.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Probably the lowest one in strength.
All right, makes sense for fucking small mannequin. Oh my god,
Yeah.
you're even small. You are just playing Pomni.
What's the second highest one?
You still have one more 9. You had 2 9s.
What the fuck? Oh my god. What do I... Probably... Dex?
Just a
Oh, wait.
physical mess.
Yeah.
And then you have
Should I
an
do Dex or
11, a
Wisdom?
12, and a 10.
I'll go ahead and put the 11 in intelligence.
All right.
The 10 in con.
All right. And then the 12 in wisdom. Or
Oh,
did you want
wait.
to move? You still you
I'll
don't have to.
switch.
This isn't like locked in, so you can move these around any way you want.
Okay, I'll put the 11 in constitution, the 12 in intelligence, and the other one in wisdom.
The 10 in wisdom then? All right.
Yeah.
So your stat line is 9 strength, 9 dexterity, 11 constitution, 12 wisdom, 12 intelligence, 10 wisdom, 13 charisma without the aid of a background. And now we can pick your background so that we can get a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I switch actually the wisdom and dex?
So 10 dex, 9 wisdom.
Yeah.
All right.
Class are you playing?
I think she's playing.
I'm going.
I think she said she was gonna play Pact of the Fool Warlock.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But they cast off of charisma, right?
Yeah, Charisma's her 13.
Yeah.
Charisma
Oh, okay.
is her good stat.
13
my
is the-
13.
All right,
So it's gonna
and
be a
I guess at
16.
this point, pick your background. This would also kind of lean into like who you were when you were alive and all that, but less like how you got into the train, more of like what you did as a person, or like what your character's interests were and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
You should probably look at the backgrounds, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And you are also not limited to specifically the Crooked Moon ones. You can pick any of them.
I do want to actually go for the Crooked Moon one, the Reveler, because my human she works in a mental hospital, so she's around crazy people.
I'm just gonna go ahead and name your character right now.
Harley Quinn.
No. Why can't I not pick M? There we go. Fuck. There. Alright, you can distribute 3 stats anywhere you want, maximum of 2 in a single stat. I recommend putting at least 1 in charisma, so that way you can get that up to +2 instead of +1.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Alright,
Yes, do
so you
that.
still got 2 points left. You can use that to, you could increase your strength and wisdom by 1, so that way you have no negative stats. You can increase, you could increase, con and either wisdom or strength by 1, so that way 2 stats increase by 1. You could increase you can increase your intelligence or dexterity by 2, so that those go up a point. I mean, technically you can increase any of them by 2, so they go up a point, but the other ones are odd numbers, so there's really no point in putting more than 1 in it.
What was my intelligence?
Intelligence is 12, so in order for that to go up by an extra point modifier-wise, you would need to put both remaining points in there.
Which one were my minuses? The wisdom and
The strength and wisdom. Strength and wisdom -1 each.
Okay, I'll remove the minus in wisdom.
Right, and you got 1 more point. It would be most useful in either Constitution or Strength, because that will increase both of those by 1 point, like modifier-wise. But you could also still put it somewhere else, so that way when you level up and you get like the ability score improvement, or you take a feat that improves your ability score, it's easier to level that one up further.
I'll do it in
Constitution? Alright.
Yeah.
So now your final score is 9 Strength, 10 Dexterity, 12 Constitution, 12 Intelligence, 10 Wisdom, 14 Charisma.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Pretty mediocre.
That's like about where you get at with a point buy. It's pretty close.
You get proficiency in performance, stealth, and 2 other things, which can be languages or musical instruments. So I guess which would you prefer? 2 extra languages, 2 instruments, or 1 of each?
Be right back.
Probably 1 of each.
Alright, which ones were you thinking?
What do... Is there like a specific language for undead people?
I think
Or
Abyssal?
is
Is that right?
Oh, I want to go for Abyssal, yeah.
I think Abyssal is
Absolutely.
undead, Infernal is demon. Yeah, so Abyssal
Actually,
would be...
I'll do the 2 languages, and then I'll do
Abyssal and Infernal?
Abyssal. Yeah.
Alright, what the fuck just happened to the box? Alright, there it goes. Oh! You can't do both, actually. You are forced to pick 1 of each.
Oh, only 1 of each.
Yeah, 1 language,
okay.
1 tool. I read that wrong, my bad. So I'm assuming you would prefer Abyssal then, since that's the undead one?
Yeah, Abyssal.
Well, as close to undead as I think we can get. And then
Yeah.
do you need me to say what the instruments are?
I can take a look. Is it in the starting equipment thing?
If you go under tools, like if you try and edit your character sheet and go under tools, you should be able to see it.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
at the bottom underneath all the things, yeah.
Yeah.
Better.
I'll go for the lyre.
Alright. And then you get the... Is that revealing or reveling? I'm bad at words. Whatever. You get a fool. You joined a troop of madcap revelers. Oh, it is revelers. I hate myself. And learn to take on the guise of a fool, channeling otherworldly laughter and joviality. You gain the following benefits. Fool's Mask. By donning a jovial mask of a fool, jester, or clown costume, you take on a new identity that hides your own. In the guise of the fool, you can always get away with minor transgressions against people in positions of authority or satire. You just have fool's privilege.
Yeah. I can
That's crazy.
what's it called? I can be someone's mom and make fun of them or something.
Okay, if you want to go for that angle. All right, and then the other one is Jester's Repartee. You always have hideous laughter prepared, and when you get to choose if you want to use intelligence, wisdom, or charisma to cast it. I'm gonna assume charisma.
Yep.
And you can cast it without material components or spell slot. Oh, hideous laughter, not fucking hideous mockery or whatever. Fuck, my bad. I was like, isn't this a fucking cantrip? You can use it with a spell slot if you want, but you can also cast it once per long rest without a spell slot.
Okay. I need to be picky on who I laugh at.
And keep in mind that is concentration. But I do have to edit it so it activates with your...
I think I'll make my character last because my arm is starting to hurt. I'm gonna go lay down.
Alright.
Alright. San, can you call me on WhatsApp when it's my turn?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Goodbye.
No worries.
Alright, well, let me... There we go. Let me just... change that. Alright. Your save DC on that? 11.
Okay.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Maybe if they roll really bad.
Wait, what the fuck happened? Hold on. I jokingly changed Cyan's name to Pomni because of her fucking character. And then in addition, I changed it after that to fucking Ixuka. And it changed back to Pomni by itself.
It's fate.
What the fuck?
It's meant to be.
I might just give you the fucking Pomni sprite I made for your character at this point. She's not the right size though, I'd have to shrink her. But yeah, for as far... Oh, I guess we have to add your class in now. That's just...
Fuck.
That's just adding your class in though. Something that is a little bit different about... Where is it? There's... Warlock in like 2024, you do not get your subclass until 3rd level.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, no. It's fine.
Ow, fuck.
You do get 2 proficiencies. You can choose from Arcana, Deception, History, Intimidation, Investigation, Nature, or Religion.
I'll do investigation.
Alright.
And sorry, can you list those again? One more time?
Arcana, Deception, History, Intimidation, Nature, Religion.
What the freak? Hello? Anyway. Sorry, my phone just started to talk to
Do you
me.
need me to do them again? Yeah, I heard like Siri going on.
Yeah.
Alright. Arcana, Deception, History, Intimidation, Nature, Religion. Intimidation would be pretty funny. Considering
Yeah, I'll go for intimidation,
considering
actually.
you're like a 3-foot-tall mannequin. You
Yeah.
have light armor proficiency and simple weapon proficiencies. You have Eldritch Invocations and Pack Magic. Which invocation do you want to start with? You have the choice from Armor of Shadows, Eldritch Mind, Pact of the Blade, Pact of the Chain, or Pact of the Tome. You know what those do offhand.
I do not know what those do.
Alright. Armor of Shadows is you touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor, so essentially someone who's wearing like a robe or something, and their base AC becomes 13 plus their dex modifier.
Ooh, is anyone playing monk?
You can cast that. You can cast that without expending a spell slot, so you essentially just get mage armor as a cantrip.
Nice.
Eldritch Mind is you have advantage on Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. Which advantage on concentration saves is pretty good. It's like very basic and very by itself, but it's good, so it's not like it's bad that it's basic. Pact of the Blade is probably my personal favorite one, but that's because I just like really dunking on Will for him saying that there are no spell swords in D&D. As a bonus action, you can conjure a packed weapon in your hand, be it simple or martial, of your choice, which you bond with. And basically, it's a melee weapon that uses your spellcasting modifier to attack and damage. And you don't need to magically conjure one. You can also take a weapon that you find and bind it the same way. But it does have to be a melee weapon, though. Like, you can't use it on a bow and arrow.
Okay.
You also, new rules, Warlock, you can change the base damage type.
Ooh.
You can make it deal its normal damage, or you can make it do necrotic, psychic, or radiant instead, which are all very good types.
That's pretty sick.
But at the same time though, it completely overwrites base damage. It's not like adding it on. So if something's immune to psychic, all of a sudden your weapon's doing nothing.
Okay.
So that's Pact of the Blade. Pact of the Chain is you get Find Familiar and can cast it. You get Find Familiar as a cantrip. And when you use it, you are specifically allowed to summon one of these creatures. An imp, a pseudo-dragon, a quasit, a skeleton, a slod tadpole. Do you guys remember what those are? Cyan doesn't because she wasn't here for that, but do you guys remember?
I choose not to remember.
A Sphinx of Wonder, a sprite, or a venomous snake. So yeah, essentially you get a pet. And the last one is Pact of the Tome. Stitching together strands of a book, you gain the Book of Shadows, which you can determine the appearance of. So it does not actually have to be like a book. It can be like, it could be pondering an orb. It could be like tattoos on your arm or something like that. And you get access to 3 cantrips and 2 level 1 ritual spells of your choice that you do not already have prepared. So essentially you get 3 additional cantrips and 2 ritual spells for free. And they can be from any class's spell list. Not just Warlock spell list.
That's pretty sick.
You do have to use the book as a spellcasting focus, though, to be able to cast those spells. So if you get a spellcasting focus that's like a legendary item, you kind of have to like dual wield spellcasting focuses to be able to use all your spells. Which, I mean, there's nothing technically wrong with that. It's just if you're trying to also use like a weapon or something, it can get kind of messy. So I guess which one of those sounds like the best out of those? You only get one of them to start with.
Probably the tome.
The tome?
I would say.
All right.
I like the sound of the tome, yeah.
All right. So you start with 5 total cantrips. I think 1 pact mat. No, two first level spells and then 2 rituals.
Okay.
I guess there's a lot of spells. And they are not divided by class. That's awesome.
Uh-oh.
I guess maybe look through that one and we can get back to you, or just DM me which ones you want, because that one's going to take a while.
Yeah, I will look through that.
Yeah, keep in mind, it's any spells we have access to also. And that the 3 cantrips and 2 rituals you get from the book do not have to be from Warlock, but the other 2 cantrips and 2 first level spells, they do have to be from Warlock.
Wait, so how many cantrips and
5
spells
total
do I get in
cantrips.
total?
5 total cantrips, 2 first level spells that can be anything, and then 2 first level spells that have to be ritual spells.
Okay.
So, like, speak with animals. Alright, but while you're looking through those, and keep in mind, because there are new spells in the Crooked Moon, so you will have to look through the player options, specifically the 2024 spell tab, in order to see those spells. And like I said, they are not separated by class, so you just kind of have to look at all of them and see which ones are which class. But then I think...
Well, hold on, well, there's one more.
That's awesome.
Look.
What did you just roll?
It's for my background. Yeah.
Huh?
Oh,
That's ridiculous.
did it automatically add that to you? It did not. Hmm. Let me see if I can add that to you. Oh, that's just... I guess that's just something I add as a trinket. Guess I'll just add it as loot.
I'm sorry. What?
Alright, there you go.
Thank you.
Oh, and I guess I do have to add in your musical instruments, ball bearings, costume, and all that shit too.
Well,
I can add in the items. I'm assuming everyone's gonna want to pick A for their choices instead of just starting with no items and 50 gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I can you can tell me what spells you want, and then I can add in the specific aspects of like your character building from that point on. We
that's a
are. It
spell
has
roll.
been 2 hours though, so we are gonna take our break here. I personally am gonna run to the bathroom, but you guys can like look over the other stuff while we take our short little break before we start back up.
Mhm.